you got a lot of gall coming to my home.
Sorry, I didn't come here to cause any trouble.
John, what's wrong? Why are you acting like this?
Oh, evidently you don't know who he is.
Well, he was in the backyard. I assumed he worked for you.
Oh, hardly. Now, what are you doing here on my property?
Well, I knocked on the front door, but I guess nobody heard me.
Front door, back door, side, I don't give a damn. I want to know why you're here.
Look, Mr. Abbott, ma'am, if you would just hear me out, we can come.
There's nothing you have to say I want to hear. Nothing.
John, he seems like a perfectly nice boy.
Nice? I wouldn't use that in the same sentence with this punk.
Well, at least find out what he wants. Can't you just do that?
Thank you for coming over, Christine.
Well, I figured I'd better. You seemed pretty upset the other night.
I apologize if I worried you.
Look, Damon, I know we don't know each other that well. Still, I couldn't help being concerned with whatever was going on with you.
It still is.
Sorry to hear that. I know you were upset with Phyllis for going to Georgia.
I can't say much about that. All right? I have an agenda to settle. It's a personal affair. Phyllis has seen fit to involve herself, even though it may put her in danger.
Trust me when I tell you, trying to protect Phyllis from herself is a waste of time.
I disagree. But that's neither here nor there. The reason I wanted to see you was to talk about keeping Daniel safe.
You. Yeah, I don't expect you could. Because you haven't lived the hell that's been my life. I gotta set things right.
How? By getting yourself killed?
And you listen to me. I've read everything I can about atonement and forgiveness. You gotta look the people in the eye, the ones that you hurt, to let them know how you feel, to make them know that you're genuinely sorry and that you paid for what you did.
It's never gonna happen that way, Dominic. Not here. Damon's never gonna let you apologize because you're gonna be dead before you get a chance to open your mouth.
Mac, this is really stupid, you know that?
You can't do it, can you? You cannot look me in the eye and tell me you're not in love with me.
Mac, enough! You're really starting to annoy me with this.
I'll stop once you start being honest.
Why do you think I have feelings for Brittany?
I already told you why.
Right, yeah, you sense some sort of vibe when we're together. You
Are you
said
denying that there's a connection?
No, I'm not denying there's a
Good. See
connection.
here, now we're getting somewhere.
You didn't let me finish. Yeah, Brittany and I click in some ways. That's because we're friends, Mac. Did you hear me? We're friends.
I didn't know guys your age did sleepovers. Hey, Ron.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm sorry to make you guys sleep on the floor like this.
You didn't make us. We wanted to.
Anything you want to discuss, Yvonne?
No, I can wait.
All right.
I'll leave you two alone.
Thank you.
Guess we're older than we thought. I think I'll make the bed.
And while you do that, I'll get us a cup of coffee. How's that?
Okay. Well, what do you know? I never thought I'd like camping. I think we'll have to do this again sometime.
You don't feel the same way about what, Ash? Me? Our marriage?
Never mind, you don't have to answer that. You already did.
It's not easy. I feel like I've been carrying this weight around for weeks, for months.
Years?
No. You and I have been through so much in this marriage, Brad. I always thought we could work things out.
Until now.
Something's different now.
Yeah. Yes, you're different.
That's not fair. You can't just put this on me. We both contributed to the distance between us, and you know it.
And I accept my responsibility in it. But you can't deny that everything changed the day that Victor Newman became a part of our lives.
I just wish you could have compromised.
Compromised? I just refused to live the other half of your lie. I was fighting for my family. And I failed. There was nothing I could do.
Didn't have to be this way.
You see, that's where you and I disagree.
Feeling better?
I'm fine. I don't know why I expected my father to react any differently.
Did you talk to him about the wedding?
It's only me thinking maybe, just maybe he'd have a change of heart.
He still doesn't want to be there. I'm sorry.
I don't know why I even bothered to ask. I mean, who am I, right? I'm just his only child, his only daughter.
At least you tried. That's all you can do.
It just hurts, you know? Years from now, I'll look back at these wedding pictures and my parents won't be in any of them. That's a memory I'll never have.
You know what? We're gonna make our own memories. There's gonna be a lot of good ones, too.
I just wish things were different. So many things.
So, if you and Brittany are just friends, then what does that make you and me?
We're friends, too.
But you don't look at me the way you look at her.
Oh, you jealous?
I'm being serious.
Yeah, I know you're being serious. Maybe a little too serious. What's going on with you? Where's this coming from?
I hate it when people keep their feelings all bottled up inside. You and Brittany have something together. Why can't you two just admit it?
Look, I'll say this again, Mac. Brittany's in love with Bobby. You remember him, right? That's her fiance.
Yes, the guy that you hate.
Yeah, no, I don't hate Marcino. I don't think they're right for each other, but look, there's a lot of people that don't like him, okay?
So, what if Brittany were marrying somebody else?
What are you talking about?
Well, what if Raul came back into town and she decided to marry him instead? Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
What? I would. I would.
Sure, whatever.
You know what? I really don't care what you think. I need a change.
Keep Daniel safe. What are you asking me?
Can he stay with you for a time? Just temporarily.
You have to be honest with me. Is he in trouble?
Oddly enough, the answer is no.
But I thought you said before.
He got himself into a little mess a while back. But ever since then, at least so far as I know, he's been doing very well.
So this disagreement, it's between you and Phyllis.
It has nothing to do with Daniel at all. But how would he know that, right? He's taking it personal.
Of course he is. He's a teenager. He thinks the world revolves around him.
Isn't that great? I mean, to have no idea whatever of how hard and unforgiving things are in the world outside your own. The downside is he doesn't begin to understand what a difficult time Phyllis is going through right now.
So he must be feeling pretty hurt and rejected.
I'm worried it's harming the relationship they both worked so hard on. I'm thinking, time apart might be the best thing for Daniel in the long
I
run.
don't know if that's true. He's just starting to bond with his mother after all of those years of separation. To split them up in the middle of a crisis.
Crisis, yes, crisis. Christine, crisis is the operative word. Listen to me. There is truly a danger here, and I need a yes or a no from you. Will you take Daniel in until I can put this behind us?
The Damon Porter I saw in the courtroom during my trial. He wasn't a violent man.
Oh, that Damon Porter doesn't exist anymore. I know what he's capable of.
Which is all the more reason for me to reach him. You see, forgiveness replaces negative thoughts with positive ones.
What if there's another way to do this? You can make amends and clear a conscience at the same time.
I'm listening.
You say what you have to say, and you get out. Well, I'm waiting.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Sweetheart, anything planned for the next hour or two?
No, not really. I have to go home and shower and go to the office, but it's nothing urgent. Why?
I just talked to the woman who reads her kids every day. And she's sick. So I thought that maybe you might take over.
What, you want me to read to the children?
Would you like that?
Yeah, I would
Yeah?
love that.
It's wonderful. You know something? I told you last night that something changed in you. Whatever it is, I love it. Maybe you should sleep on the floor more often.
Oh, well, I don't know if it was that, but I have to say, for the first time in I don't know how long, I do feel content. I don't feel haunted.
I'm so glad to hear that. Happy to hear that.
And it's a relief to walk in this building and not be overwhelmed with horrible memories.
Why don't we think of this as a new beginning?
A new beginning. I like that.
Yes, baby.
Yes.
I love you.
What are you telling me?
Look at our history, Ash. I never really had a chance.
How can you say that?
Because it's the truth. Can you not lie to me or yourself for one moment? I mean, do you not remember all those years ago? The first time I was about to propose? I mean, we were so close. And what happened? Victor Newman, your knight in shining armor, swoops in, and you two were married before I knew what hit me.
Remember, and I told you the news after the fact, okay?
It took so many years for us to find our way back to each other. Before we were actually married. And even then, I knew you were carrying another man's baby. But of course, you left out that somewhat significant detail that it was Victor's.
I didn't want anyone to find out, Brad. Not anyone.
And that secret planted the seeds of our undoing from the day we said our vows, Ash. The same day Abby was born, the same day I arrived at the hospital to find Victor holding the baby in his arms.
Wait 1 second. This isn't right what you're doing. You're looking back and you're seeing all these signs. You're interpreting everything in hindsight.
Are you kidding me? I am interpreting everything in the clear light of day.
I don't believe that.
Why? You don't have to live in denial anymore, Ash. The cards are all on the table.
You act like I've been deceiving you.
I act like you've been deceiving me? You're damn right you have been deceiving me.
How? How?
What did you think? You could just drop a bomb like this on me and we would just have a nice, civil conversation? That I would say, I understand, and everything would be fine, and that would be the end of it? This is killing me. Dying inside. I loved you more than I have ever loved any other woman. I will always love you. So excuse me if I'm not being appropriately gentlemanly while you stick a knife in my heart. Don't.
Sorry.
Don't.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing you can say and nothing that you can do to make this better. God. This happening was inevitable.
I don't believe that's true, Brad.
Well, that must be the way that you live with yourself. Because you had to know the truth about Abby's paternity would come out one day. And the fact is, the truth is, in your heart of hearts, you wanted it to come out.
No, that is not the truth. I did not want it to be that way, Brad. I wanted it to work. I wanted to love you.
You wanted to. But you never really did, Ash. Not the way you love Victor.
You probably won't understand this, sir, but, yeah, because you're a very important man in Genoa City. People respect you. You don't know what it feels like to have everybody hate you.
What's your point?
My point is that, it's a terrible feeling to be an outcast.
Oh, my God. You really expect me to be sympathetic?
I'm really not a bad person, Mr. Abbott.
Well, why don't you tell that to all the people in this town you've hurt?
John, sweetheart, now.
Oh, maybe you haven't heard, sir, but I'm actually something of a hero these days.
That's why you look so familiar. Your picture was in the paper. You saved that girl from being attacked.
Yeah, Lily Winters. There's this jerk who put a date rape drug in her drink, and if I hadn't beaten him up, who knows what could have happened.
And that was you?
Yeah. Yeah, which proves that I'm not this creep that everybody thinks I am.
Well, look, young man. Just because you did one good deed, that doesn't suddenly earn you a clean slate. No, that's not the way it works.
But, John, that's being a little bit harsh, don't you think?
No, I don't. You know, your so-called hero here, he tried to murder my granddaughter.
What?
Yeah, he set fire to a building. Knowing she was in there, she could have died, couldn't she?
I was accused of that, but, you know, the cops needed someone to blame, and I was handy.
You trying to tell me you were innocent?
I am innocent, sir. Unfortunately, they never found the guy who did set the fire so that I could clear my name.
Oh, please, Kevin, please.
Come on, John, be reasonable. Now, isn't a person innocent until proven guilty?
All right, I'll give him this. They never found any hard evidence to convict.
You mean to arrest me because there wasn't any?
Well, naturally you'd say that.
That's because it's the truth, Mr. Abbott. Please, if there's any way you can cut me even just a little bit of slack.
No, son, I'm afraid not. Bit late for that. I would like you to leave my home.
Good book?
Hey.
Hey.
No, not really. It's too much talking in it, not enough action. But my tutor says I have to read it, so. Why aren't you at school?
I have first period free.
Oh, did you come to check up on me?
Sort of. So is it weird staying here with Mr. Newman?
No, not really. He's actually kind of a cool guy.
That's good. I'm glad you two get along.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I was, just curious about something.
What are you curious about?
About you and your father.
You realize we're getting close to the big day, don't you?
Yeah, less than a week till we get married.
Can you believe we're really doing this?
What's that supposed to mean? Are you getting cold feet?
No way. I can't wait to be Mrs. Well, you know. The name I don't want to say in case I jinx it.
You're not gonna jinx anything. We're gonna have a great life together.
Fingers crossed, right?
No, I mean it, Britt. I know you got a lot on your mind, but I do have to say it. All this stuff with your parents, you have to just forget about it. Now, it doesn't matter who's at our wedding. There could be 1,000 guests there, and it's not gonna make any difference to me. As long as you're there, I'll be the happiest man in the world.
I feel the same way.
Seeing that we are talking about Fred and Anita, I still think that one day they're gonna come around. Might not be tomorrow or next week or next month, but one day they're gonna realize that, well, maybe I'm not the guy they pictured would be their son-in-law. But they're gonna know that I do love their daughter.
I love you, Bobby. I really do love you.
I love you too.
Look, JT.
Mac, please don't start again.
No, I'm
please.
not. I want you to know that I'm sorry. And I didn't mean to get under your skin about Brittany. So if you don't want to talk about her, that's fine.
Thanks.
Yeah. And it's just, I care about you. And I hope you know that you can talk to me about anything. That's how I feel about you.
Really?
Yeah. I love that we can get into it with each other. About school or relationships. Just anything.
Mac,
Yeah?
you were right.
About,
About what you said earlier, about about my feelings for Brittany.
so,
Yeah. Yeah, I think I am in love with her.
My father? I ain't got no father.
It's not what I heard.
Well, who the hell cares what you heard, Lily?
Ron, the reason that I'm asking is because I was talking to my parents last night, and they were thinking that you might have someone who can come through for you.
Really, come through for me how?
Well, keep you from having to go to that strict group home.
Yeah, like there's a snowball's chance in hell of that happening.
Why do you say that?
I mean, my father ran out on me and my mom when I was a little kid, all right? He's a deadbeat. He never came through on one promise he made to me, okay? Not ever, not once.
I can see why you'd be bitter.
I mean, I can't really blame the guy for splitting because things were bad at home. They were real bad.
Is that how you ended up in foster care?
Yeah, I didn't have any relatives to take me in. And my mother couldn't handle herself, much less a kid.
Well, do you still see her or anything?
Lily, I don't even know if she's alive.
What about your dad? I mean, when was the last time that you talked to him?
It's been years and years.
Do you know where he is?
Yeah, I know where he is.
Where?
He's right here. In Genoa City.
You realize Daniel and I have our own strange relationship to work out. He thinks I ruined his mother's life.
At the same time, he knows you're one of the few people in the world who genuinely cares about what happens to him.
Oh, we did get along pretty well when I stayed with him the other night. Do you think Daniel would be amenable to this idea?
Amenable. He'd be grateful. He actually asked if he could stay with me. There's several reasons that's not possible, especially now.
Is Phyllis on board with this?
I'll take care of Phyllis.
Good luck.
Does that mean you'll take him?
Until this crisis is over, of course I will.
Thank you. That's a huge load off my mind. Now, listen, I'm expecting to hear from someone very shortly. And I don't mean to be rude, but it might get a little, I don't know, out of hand.
You realize you're frightening me a little bit.
I apologize. I don't mean to.
Well, I hope things work out.
They will. One way or the other. Thank you. Thank you for looking after Daniel.
Of course.
One of us will be in touch.
Why don't you let me be a go-between? Write Damon a letter and I'll take it to him.
Ain't gonna happen, lady. It's like I told you before. It's a face-to-face kind of thing. Otherwise, I can't live with myself.
You're trying to make a murderer out of him, aren't you? Don't you see how destructive you're being, Mr. Hughes? You're not trying to save the world. You're compounding what you did by destroying another human being.
I'm destroying another human being? That's not how I see it.
I'll take you to him. But I have to be there.
If it makes you feel any better. I don't care.
Hey,
I'm with Dominic Hughes.
so he was released then?
Yeah. He's in town. And we're coming over.
I'll be here.
Your father lives here in town?
Yeah, he does. Though he wouldn't know me if I walked up to him on the street and spit in his face.
But you would recognize him.
Yeah, I would. So what?
So, do you know where he lives?
No, Lily, I have no idea where he lives. Okay, some dudes in the neighborhood have said that they've seen him around.
What about you? Have you seen him?
I saw him a couple years ago,
Where?
outside of a pool hall, having a smoke.
Did you talk to him or anything?
What for?
Wait, I thought you told me that you had never seen him.
Well, I might as well not have. Okay, it really didn't mean jack to me.
Well, seems like you'd be a little curious, at least.
Well, what was I supposed to have done? Gone up to him and had a, "Hey, Daddy, it's me" scene? I mean, come on, like he'd even care.
Well, if you ever did want to get a hold of him, you would know where to look, right?
Yeah, under a rock. You know, Lily, I really don't want to talk about my father anymore, all right? He means nothing to me, and I mean nothing to him. It's been like that for years now, and that's the way it's gonna stay.
Yeah. Well, I have to get to school. But take care of yourself, okay?
Look, you don't have to worry about me, all right? I'm fine.
I do worry.
So, how long have you felt this way about Brittany?
I'm not sure exactly. I don't know. A while, I guess. You were right, though. You know, when we're together, it's something happens to me.
Well, I'm glad that you're finally admitting it.
Listen, you can't say a word to anybody, okay?
Yeah, I won't.
No, promise me you won't say anything to anyone.
I promise.
All right.
So what are you gonna do?
Nothing I can do.
But
No, Mac, no. No buts. Doesn't matter how I feel about Brittany. She's not in love with me.
look, JT.
No, Mac, stop. She's not. I know you think she is, but she's not. She's in love with Bobby Marcino. She's marrying Bobby Marcino.
So you're just gonna go to the wedding, watch her marry Bobby, pretend to be happy about it. Isn't that gonna be a little hard?
Yeah. Yeah, sure, it'll be hard. There's nothing else I can do.
Hey, guys. What's going on? What did I interrupt?
You didn't interrupt anything.
Then why do you both look so intense?
We were just talking about your wedding. About how funny it's gonna be, you know, you being an old married woman and everything.
Well, it can't come soon enough for me.
Oh, really? You don't have any butterflies?
None. Especially after this morning.
Why? What happened this morning?
Bobby and I were having breakfast at the athletic club. My father was there. And I asked him if he'd changed his mind about coming to my wedding.
And he did? That's good news.
Actually, no. He and my mom still want no part of it.
Then why are you smiling?
Because afterwards I was feeling kind of down, and Bobby just said all the right things to cheer me up. He is such a wonderful guy. I can't get over how lucky I am. I'm marrying the man of my dreams.
She's happy. See what I mean? It's all that matters.
If what you're saying is true, and I don't believe that it is, then you have to know that I wasn't even aware of it.
I don't believe I wasn't aware of. I didn't know. I didn't realize. You chose to make Abby. You chose that despicable man's genetic material to create a child that you wanted so
before you were in
desperate.
my life.
Would it have mattered? Be truthful. Just try to be truthful. Would it have mattered? Look at the incredible hoops you jumped through to get pregnant with Victor's child. I mean, to this day, I don't know how the hell you pulled it off. So if that doesn't tell the story of the emotional commitment you have to that man, so sad, Ash. That precious little girl. That bond that we shared is the very root of our destruction.
Please don't blame her.
Don't! Don't you dare say that to me. That little girl is my life.
Brad, why couldn't you have just been more willing to share her?
Share her? Share her willingly with Newman? I hate that man. I despise him. Does he know we're having this conversation? Is he out there waiting in the wings for you? Good. Because he better stay the hell out of my way.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm going away from here. Away from you, away from your lies and deceptions.
Don't do it like this, Brad. Please, not like this.
Hear this. Hear it. I look at you right now and I feel nothing but disgust. I'm not going to stand here another second
Brad.
and listen to more of your lies and your excuses. I will call about Abby. Beyond that, it's over.
Wait a second. I want to talk to you about this. So, please.
Damon!
Next on The Young and the Restless.
I really just want to knock some sense into you.
Go ahead, Marcino. You think I'd be surprised?
Nobody rips off Kevin Fisher and gets away with it.
Tell me why I shouldn't kill you.
Can't answer that.
On Tuesday's most watched shows.
Expect the unexpected.
A mass grave.
We stumbled into a boneyard.
30 or more victims concealed down there.
Leads into the world of organized crime.
Mafioso.
Why would the mob stash bodies at a Marine bombing range? NCIS.
Meat inspectors?
All new NCIS, CBS Tuesday.
It's happening, isn't it?
Nightmare scenario. Tornadoes in Las Vegas, having got hurricane force winds in the Gulf.
Two big beasts marching to the same drum. Hang on, we're gonna get some help!
There's been a massive power failure in Chicago.
3 million people about to get clobbered. Now we got no way to warn them.
See you one come right up my tail. I gotta go.
We're talking about lives at stake.
I can't see anything.
How the hell did this happen? What do we ever do, Mother Nature?